Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community rules. Actually, I'm going to keep the comments off right now because it's hard to tell who's for and who's against who, right? I've been watching the Johnny Depp trial for the last 9 days, and it's been hard, I have to be honest. I mean, because the trial starts at 7 in the morning, and I'm, finding myself getting up at 6:30, and yeah, but what do you think of my hair? I did a good job, right? Yeah. Uh-oh. So let's just get ready. I just wanted to talk a little bit about Amber. So I uploaded a short, stating that Amber had been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. And I mean, to be quite clear, you know, it's good for her because now she can get the help that she needs. But bad because they also did not diagnose her with post-traumatic stress, which just means that although they both had some type of a mental, you know, I don't want to say defect because that wouldn't entail them being born with it, right? So obviously, trauma is an injury to the body. So obviously, they both encountered some form of trauma in their life. The question is, does Amber have post-traumatic stress disorder? The answer is no, she doesn't have that. The next thing that I feel she's not doing so hot with is, so borderline personality disorder is really hard to diagnose. Extremely hard to diagnose. In fact, I've talked about this. A lot of the times people don't believe that whoever is claiming to have this has it because it's so hard to get diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. That said, the fact that this woman, Dr. Curry, in her medical professional assessment of Amber Heard, has stated that Amber has, you know, borderline histrionic personality disorder is riveting. Why? You don't hear a lot of this in the mainstream, A lot of the times these types of cases are used more or less or more likely, right, than less likely in entertainment, right? I mean, we see this type of story playing out to its fullest on Lifetime movie networks or the ID channel. We don't normally see this type of blatant medical assessment on national for the world to see, as to play out, right? So it's interesting that she's been diagnosed with that. But I don't know. I feel like they both have something. They both have, like, they both have a problem, literally. And so they both have a mental defect. And this type of thing is not just, it doesn't just pop up out of nowhere, right? It's been kind of lurking around. We've talked about this. And a co-psychosis just means that they both have had trouble in their lives with some type of a mental, a mental challenge, let's call it, right? In his defense, he's trying to get better. In her defense, we've all been there. We've all had, a toxic relationship that we needed to get out of and we're no longer in. And this is just a huge, you know, throwback to a lot of women's. I'm 51 years old. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this 35-year-old woman, you know, is innocent. You know, this is an awakening to a lot of women in this world. Let me give you an example. Black China, you know, I mean, that poor girl is a ragamuffin. What are we going to say? You know, there's nothing that she could show us that we haven't already seen. To say that she's all there, that would be a blatant lie. But, you know, as little as 105, maybe 120 years ago, they were still imprisoning women for, like, you know, if the husband came up and said something to the effect of she was hysterical, you know, into jail she went. Not even 100 years ago. We could still say that, you know, as far back as the 1940s and 50s, even in Los Angeles, California, we had issues where, you know, if women were walking the street and they were accosted by somebody in, you know, law enforcement, like, you know, it wasn't rare for these women to get accosted by law enforcement and then thrown into jail for not reciprocating, you know, whomever's advances. So this is the problem. The problem is we got this girl here stating that she's an abused woman. Then we've got her ex telling us, you know, he never touched her. I mean, he did state at one point that he grabbed her by the throat and pushed her up against a wall and said, hey, look, you know, like, leave me alone. But he also stated prior to that that he had been telling her, I need to get away from you. I need to get away from you. And she wouldn't let him. She kept telling him, if you leave, you're going to make it worse, to the point of when she screamed at him in that audio, she was trying to butter him up, and then she lost it, and her gurgling in her throat, like she went ah, like she switched. Plain and simple. So I've switched before. I'll give you an example of when that happened, and it is a total it's a total defense mechanism switching. So a year ago, about 5 days ago, I was in Oregon, and while I was there, my sister and I got into a discussion, and I told her that I felt like, you know, I was a kind of a third wheel, like I really wasn't wanted there, like it felt awkward for me. And she said to me, I'm sorry that you feel that way. And at the time, I was flipping. And the minute she said, I'm sorry that you feel like that, this like literal calm came over me. And I felt to myself, like, this is your shield opportunity. You need to like exit stage left, or like this woman is not, you know, in terms of the trauma that I've been through, it's not conducive to my well-being to sit around people who are going to be that negative against me. So if someone has the nerve to tell me that they're sorry that I feel this way, they're not giving me what I need from them right then and there. That's to say they're not being supportive. That is a negative, it's just a negative thing to say to someone who's confiding in you that like they don't feel like they belong, you know? And so, oh man. And so this is the problem with me. And that's why I wanted to watch this, because I want to know what's going through this woman's head that she can go on video. This is what was played yesterday. Yesterday they played that audio where Miss Heard was saying, who's gonna believe you, Johnny? You think a courtroom's gonna believe you? You think a jury's gonna believe you that you're an abused man? And he said, yeah, I am an abused man. I'm a victim of domestic violence. And she said, no one's gonna believe you. And so this is damning on so many levels for her case. But at the same time, I'm a woman, and I can tell you that, like, as little as 100 years ago, they were still throwing people in jail for, like, acting hysterical, right? So now they're telling us that she has a borderline personality disorder that's called histrionic personality disorder. Not a word that you want anyone associating with your name. Am I right? Yeah. So, given what's going on right now, they're about to come back into session, so I'm gonna go brush my teeth so I can finish making up. I'll leave you guys here with Lily. That's Lily's butthole. Something's going on with my computer. I'm quite upset because it's kind of new, but if it takes a crap, it'll be a good idea for me and a good reason for me to go and get my one of those Apple Macintoshes. Why do I call it Macintosh? I don't know. That's what they used to be called when I was a kid. Okay, let's go get my teeth. Oh, they're back. So I'll let you guys, I'll leave you here with them. Just the audio though. Alright. This is trash. Let's close the door. All right, what happened? I thought that there was a noise. Oh, it was the other TV. All right, so it's 10 o'clock. What the fuck is going on with my computer? When I used to work at the club and nobody was there, I'd be like, there's nobody here. And that's okay. Mm-hmm. Well, this is a lunch break, huh? It's not a break. I guess I can go feed my dogs. This would constitute a fail on the live situation. Okay, good. Laundry it is.